Welcome to Daily Life Connection. As we continue to explore who God is and what difference that makes in our lives, I'm going to talk to us today from Psalm 93, and it says that the Lord is King, He is robed in majesty. I want to talk to us today about majesty as one of the characteristics of who God is. Now, to be honest, I find this one a little difficult to kind of get my hands on it, to, to, to get hold of it in a concrete way. But that's part of what majesty is about, isn't it? It is so beyond. My understanding of the word is that it means something that is so beautiful, something that is on such a grand scale that it is just unspeakably impressive. Now, we as Canadians, we have a monarch, Her Majesty the Queen, and when we think of that word and describing her, you probably think of gold and jewels and satins and gowns and people waiting on her and horses and gold carriages and pomp and ceremony. That is part of what majesty is all about, isn't it? It is about an otherness that's way beyond common, the opposite end of common, isn't it? Maybe, majestic and common are opposite ends of things. The creation hints to us about the majesty of God. The mountains. I have stood in Banff and looked up at those majestic mountains with the snow on the top and the sun catching it in the morning sunrise. Just majesty that makes you just stop and stand there and appreciate it. Or the ocean. Like I sometimes go down to the beach and from where I live, when I look out to the southwest, there is nothing for thousands and thousands of kilometers but ocean till you get to South Africa or maybe even Antarctica if you take the right line. That's majestic. It's majestic. Or when you see a major storm, when one of the hurricanes is rolled through and you go out near the water and the day afterwards and the waves are majestic crashing against the shore. So, yeah, creation hints about the majesty of God. Now, all of that's nice, but what difference does it make in how you and I live our daily lives? Well, I think 3 ways it impacts us. One, we need to remember that we are created in the image of God. Majesty is part of His image, and we are created in the image of God. So there is something majestic about us, too. Now, we may look in the mirror and say, that doesn't look real majestic to me. Or we may, do something really dumb and think, I'm not a very majestic person, I'm pretty common. We need to stop thinking like that. It's an insult to God who created us, because in His majesty, He created us in His image. There is a beauty to who we are. There is a scale to who we are that is way beyond what we think of ourselves. I remember reading C.S. Lewis, and he said, that neighbor across the back fence, you might shake your head and think, oh my goodness, what an annoying person. But if you could see what they will be like when God finishes His work in them and in the eternal life, what they will be like as a completed, in the image of God, you would fall down and worship them, because they will be on such a scale you can't imagine it. That's who we are. I want to encourage you with that today. That's who you are. You're majestic. It means that we are valuable. Not only, you see, one of the things that's valuable about Her Majesty the Queen is it gives a value to all of those connected to her. There's an added dimension to Canada because we are part of the Commonwealth of Nations. God's majesty adds value to your life and to mine, and makes us, this is good, makes us valuable to others. The majestic image of God in you and I makes us valuable to others. Oh, that we would walk through this day looking for the majesty of God in other people. Revealed majesty of God in other people. Sometimes we hide it pretty well, don't we? But the reality is, it is there in us. Don't live like you're a nobody. Don't live common. Oh, if somehow we could catch this, we're created for majestic living. Don't live a common life today. Don't settle for that. Trust that God, as He lives in you and through you, will reveal His majesty in you, and that in your gifts and in your talents and in your personality, in who you are, His majesty is being revealed. Live with that confidence. God is King and He is majestic, and He has created you in His image. There is a majesty about you today. I know that might be hard to look in the mirror and say that, but it's true. And by faith, we need to trust it's true, and that God means what He said when He created us in His image, in His majestic image. God bless. We'll talk again tomorrow.